Abundance has often been a challenge for many people moving into ascended states. Let's face it, the debt slavery economy is set up to keep you working, tired, and believing you're poor. We're taught these things from a very early age in schools and sold that belief system about scarcity on TV, movies, and in music. If you're ready to break free from an impoverished past and embrace living abundantly, I've got 10 tips for you. The 10 tools presented are techniques I've used to help me embody abundance. Practice the first tool on the list before you engage in any others. After that, there's no particular order. Scan through them and try working one that resonates with you for a while until you feel some progress. Then give another one a go. I recommend not using the Manifestation Accelerator tool until you find yourself having hit a plateau where your abundance seems to have leveled off or recede. Now let's dive into the meat of the first tool of abundance. Please give some reflection to your definition of what being abundant really is. Here's a game I'd like you to play. Try to see if you can define abundance in a way that does not include having money. This can be a challenge for many people, so don't stress if you have to practice it some. Consider defining abundance without using money. It's a puzzle you're going to tease out until you find a satisfying solution. Now, I offer you the game of defining abundance without money because much of what comes to me does so without me having to pay money for it. I receive gifts all the time from Source, friends, family, and even strangers. So if you're stuck thinking of abundance only as having more money in order to buy something, it limits you from receiving many of the good things Source is trying to send you that are not bought or sold. Now here's my definition of abundance. Abundance is the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Consider meditating on what your life would be like if you could do whatever made you happy whenever you chose to do it. You'll quickly start to see that money might not even be necessary for much of what brings you happiness. And if you could focus on what makes you happy that you already have, then you'll be enjoying what you've got, and you'll be sending far fewer messages to the universe that you're poor or you don't have something. Instead, you'll be broadcasting that you're abundant and you have joy. So of course, the law of attraction means that whatever you're sending out will come back to you. Now here's some of the abundance in my immediate surroundings that give me joy. Just as an example, I have 2 really cuddly cats that give me sweet affection all the time. I'm abundant with cuteness and cuddles. I have some really pretty flowers growing in my backyard. I have abundance of beauty all around me. My wife really communicates well with me. I'm abundant in receiving compassion and understanding. Do you get the picture? If you can accept you're abundant in any one area of your life, no matter how poor you may feel in others, you'll always be able to bridge your feelings back to happiness by focusing on the areas where you're wealthy. With some practice, you'll train your brain to focus on the joy and the abundance you already have. And soon you'll start to notice this attitude attracting even more joy and more abundance in all the other areas of your life. As soon as you start living life with certainty that you are abundant, don't be surprised when money shows up in a big way. I do business with people who often just send me money out of the blue because they have to spend down their budget. Sometimes I get paid a large sum of money for work now that is scheduled to be completed months later. And I pretty regularly find all kinds of synchronicities happen when I think about how fun it would be to do or buy something. Then poof, the money shows up, often in the exact amount to purchase the trip or item I was feeling the fun of acquiring. What's important to understand is that my focus was simply on the joy I would have. There's no thought to how much it would cost or where I'd get that money from. As you practice the 10 tools to abundance I've listed here, I hope you'll be able to keep your focus on your joy, which will attract more abundance rather than focusing on your lack or your inability to do or have whatever makes you joyful, which is a surefire way to pull even more lack and impoverishment into your life. Now, before I go, here's a blessing to send you on your way for even more joy and abundance. I hope you can receive the magnificent blessings that are just waiting for you. And so it is.